Welcome, dear friends, to a new episode. Yes, there's wind in the sky and clouds are brewing up, and I'm just gonna speak into my phone here and hope you can understand me. Yes, today it's a spontaneous one. I just want to talk from my heart about the other world, the underworld, the more true world of the shaman. What is this world, right? What is this world? I easily describe it sometimes as the dream world. When we dream, we leave our body and still our soul is experiencing a lot of things, and sometimes they even feel more real than what we experience in our everyday life. Because for the shamans, this world, the underworld, the hidden world from our normal day's eye, is more real than what we see with our everyday view. Because our senses, our body senses are filtered and our brain creates a reality. And then we get, through our culture and our society, we get a sort of a portrayal, a certain image, a certain idea of how the world looks like and how it's functioning. And of course this is also part of reality, but it's more illusionized than this expanded consciousness. And this underworld, this underground world, this is the world where the healing is happening, where this is where the really high dimensional things are happening. And so every time we dream, our soul journeys into this world and is nurtured in this world. And for sure, when we die, we end up in also this underground, unseen world of spirit. This is also where the new children spirits, which want to come on earth in this density, are waiting, sort of. And you can't just say this is how this world looks like, because every single one of us has their own relationship and connection, individual connection with this world, with this underground, unseen spirit world. So this diversity we can celebrate as a big rainbow. It's a rainbow. We are rainbows. We are a divine expression of this universe, every one of us. And then somehow our culture, we get taught of this ego. What is this ego? Our mind is usually full of thoughts and emotions, and we're really none of this. But also, yes, we are. It's all a paradox. But the more true, the more pure reality is the reality where the ego is dissolved in oneness, because Gaia, and with Gaia the whole universe is one living organism, and we are one part of this organism. And in fact, as humans, we have really the consciousness of Gaia, and Gaia is us. We are Gaia, we are the universe, we are everything. So everything we have to treat like us, ourselves. There is no separation. Any separation is just an illusion, an illness. There is in the end no separation, but our normal day, everyday lives creates also separation to live a normal life. This is the paradox. Because you can't just live in the forever trance where you're just everything, because you have a single individual purpose as well, and it's about to find this, but it needs to be in the harmony of every single living particle being. And this is the big challenge of how are we living right now on this earth, right? Because the ego path, if everybody lives completely egoistically and thinks for themselves, it's an illusion and it's not going to last forever because it's not sustainable for earth. And eventually it's going to fall. So I feel like the key is simplicity. It is about reducing our needs to the minimum, and really life is so simple. What do you really need? You need food, good food in your belly, and if you have naturally ecological, diversely grown food, you don't need much. Your stomach is this big. If you eat an apple this size and it's full of nutrition, you're fed for at least an hour, you know. And man, if you have one full apple tree, you can feed a whole family for the year even, because this apple tree is just abundant. Nature is abundant. It's just about the freedom of this. We need the access to nature. It's about freedom, right? We are born here. We have a right to live here. Like all the indigenous tribal people realize, you know, we're here. This is our home. We don't have to pay for it. So we're here, right? We don't have to pay for it. Hopefully one day, you know. It's all about freedom. Energy is all around. Abundance is all around. It's just about accessing it for freedom, for sustainability, for our children to have the freedom to live here. Because really, like I said, it's all so simple. So I talked about food, right? So let's say there is a diverse permaculture garden which can feed at least 100 people, and maybe the forest has enough wildlife again so you can hunt a bit and fish a bit and collect berries and snails and nuts and wild fruit. Man, for sure, like the last 40,000 years of hunters and gatherers, we will survive, right? Then living. You want to be warm in winter. It's warmth, body warmth or coldness. So if you're hot, you jump in an ice cold river. They're all around. Water cools you down if you're hot, right? And in most places on earth, you somehow can cool you down. Even the indigenous people in the Sahara Desert, you know, if you live there with the indigenous people, they will teach you how you survive the hot parts of the day. And even in the desert, you can find water. All the animals, everything will show you tricks and how to survive in this particular environment. And we humans are so beautifully able of adapting to any environment, right? This is the beauty. And so simple houses, made out of earth and wood, which are just simple to construct. Teepees, yurts, cob houses, stone houses, simple to construct, simple to take down, and you're warm. Also in winter, yeah, with a fire. These are the resources Earth gives us, and this is the most simple thing. The another need is of course water, and water is really heavy, and still in most places you will find either if you dig deep down in the earth you'll find water, or there's a spring somewhere around where you can drink of. You can even collect the rainwater and drink it. Really, there's an abundance of water. And then I think a fourth need is the need of connection. So we have food, warmth, water, and then it's like this need of connection also related to this is touch, right? You want to be able to communicate your individual rainbow fractal. You want to be able to connect and feel part of something bigger. And this in a tribal is, you know, like if you come down to the full moon and have a big like group bonding experience, where you dance, where you drum, where you sing, where you express your individual fractal. And then the most important thing I think right now is how are we able to live together and not be on this ego path? How are we unifying us? And it starts with the individual by loving yourself completely, accepting yourself as you are, loving yourself exactly as you are. And then all around you will start becoming more healthy if you're taking care of your own being, self-responsibility is the access to freedom. You need to first start, everybody has to start with themselves. Then I think the next step is family. The core of a tribe is the family. So you want to make sure that after you cared and healed yourself, and you're like, yes, I'm a centered, healed, beautiful, loving being, and I'm pure, then your family can start to integrate all of this together. So you're radiating this healed, connected vibration as one family, and from this then many families build a tribe. And so we're all at the moment these rainbow fractals, and we are like coming together as one tribe of light, of love, of earth. And I think the key is breaking down the ego and the individualism into the most simple and essential things. And this is fire, water, earth and air. This, in every group thing, it always comes down to the most simple things, because this is where we can meet, right? Yes, we need to collect firewood to make food, to be warm at night. Simple thing, you know, you go in the forest, you make sure you have the right wood dried, and then together you prepare a lot of wood for the winter. Yeah, firewood. Then collecting water. Yeah, we have to collect water to survive. This is a simple thing. Then air, we breathe in air, so for sure we don't want to pollute it, and we're connected with the air anyway through the exchange. And earth, we're standing on the earth. Yeah, we're growing our own food together. We're standing on the same earth. We're vibrating this vibration of our feet. So with this we can always meet. We're always connected in these elements, which are also connected to just survival, really. And then for me, really, I feel, if I look into the world right now, one of the biggest help will be the medicinal plants and mushrooms, the sacred plants which Gaia grows. And I mean, these beautiful masters are really just masters of showing us the path, the way, you know. We have to walk it. They're not going to walk it for us, but they are important and vital and necessary, in my opinion, to establish a sustainable living humanity which lasts a long time, sustainable, right? So I feel they are really teaching us to break down our illusionized ego, which we get taught up, this mask, pull it off us. It's not who you are. You are everything, and everything is you. And these masters really help us to continually, in a rhythm, strip this down, bring everybody together and say, oh yes, we are one. And we can only be one and survive together as one. And Earth can only sustainably grow if we're all working as one. And then I think really important is to reduce technology as a minimum. Everything needs to be as simple as possible. For the Earth, it's for sure the best, right? Because the most simple things, in my opinion, are actually the most complex, you know. And nature, the trees, the stones, you know, they seem simple beings, but if you look deep, it's all fine and complex, really fine. And this is for me what's about, you know. And this is why I have so much respect about the Aborigines, because most of their tribes never touched iron. And iron is a big cultural mark, you know. As soon as you introduce iron, yes, you can make fishing hooks and can maybe catch 20 fish instead of 10. But really, you just need 10 to feed your family. And what are you going to do with the other 10? You sell them with coins made out of metal again, you know. And, you know, I mean, metal really changed everything. And of course you can say it has so much light as well. Yes, it has light and dark as everything, but it's about reducing every single thing to the minimum, to only what is essential for really you, the family and the tribe. I think this is the key of surviving sustainable. Yeah, we have to be sustainable as possible, and I think sustainable means simple. Like, it is about simplicity, because this is actually really highly complex to be simple. Yeah. And of course, I think now technology is there, it's there, but it's about using it wisely. And I think the wisest thing to do with it is to use it as minimal as possible, right? You don't need a new phone every year, this for sure. You don't need a new car for and the best is if as less people drive cars and use phones as possible, because I feel, of course, on a level, all of the phones and this technology, yes, it helps us to be also one, and to realize, oh yes, wow, I can talk to this person on the other side of the world and feel connected in this way. It's amazing. Like, and we can exchange the information, but what you're gonna do with this information? There's so much information these days, people sell it, but there's a difference between information and intelligence in this way of knowledge, things in your mind especially, and wisdom. There's a difference. There's a big difference. And what we need right now on earth is wisdom, and this is stored in the old trees, in the old rocks, in the water, in the deepest of the oldest living things. This is where the wisdom lies, in the oldest people as well, if they're naturally connected to the big organism on earth. This is what it's about. And so the simplicity of life. And for me, at the moment, it's music. It's also a big part. It's the vibration which brings us together. For me, it's like the language of the universe. I think what this technology misses is the feeling in the heart, right? If you hug somebody, you exchange so much, somehow deeper information than when you talk to somebody on the phone, even if this is also a valuable part of connection. But I think it's important to minimalize this level of connection with technology as a minimum, because I think the wisdom is transferred here, in the contact, in the earth. This is where the wisdom is. It's a feeling. You need to feel it to understand it, the wisdom. It's something you have to emotionally experience to get the wisdom. It's not something you can read. You can't just read it and be, yep, this is the deepest wisdom. No, it's a feeling, a deep feeling, which is connected to everything. Yes. And then with this wisdom, we can balance every energy in the cosmos out with our consciousness by directing and focusing our energy and balancing out this global energy in order to make Earth healthy, strong and happy. Happy and strong and healthy. And now I'm going to end this beautiful video, and I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening.